Hey everybody, this is Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the October tarot reading for the sign of Gemini. So I'll be using a Celtic Cross style spread, using the Wild Unknown Tarot as always, clarifying with the intuitive. So I just want to say first of all, thank you to everyone that's commented, liked, subscribed and shared my videos. It means so much to me. I love how, getting your feedback through messages or through my social channels, it means so much just to get that feedback and know that it's relevant to you and that you really enjoy the messages that come forward, or also find it very useful even if it's quite heavy sometimes. So yeah, thank you so much. Do keep it coming because it means so much and it allows me to really move forward and bring more of this kind of content to you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, because as I said, there's a lot more videos coming, not just tarot as well. But stay tuned for that. So let's get stuck in then. So I wanted to see what's going on for you in the month of October, Gemini. And this can really be concerned with any stage, any part of your life, or it could involve multiple aspects. And as you know, it is a general read, so don't try and make it fit if it doesn't apply. Maybe look at one of the other videos instead for your sun, moon or rising, as it may be more relevant to you at this time. So I'm just going to get stuck in and bring out all the initial cards for the spread, and then we'll clarify as needed. Interesting. Okay. So in regards to your current circumstances, Gemini, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So it may be that you've been juggling multiple emotions at this time, particularly you may be torn between making two decisions that have a particularly, you feel a very strong impact on your life at this point. Could be in many different aspects. And you've got quite tired, you've grown weary of trying to juggle between two decisions, or just two different thoughts going through your mind at any one time. And you're coming to a decision now in the month of October, because you know that it's in your best interest to do so, that you can't go back and forward with this anymore, because it's just draining and it's not bringing you any closer to some kind of conclusion. So that's why I feel like this is where you're coming to, particularly at the start of this month, okay, right? This is the decision you're going to make. You're going to choose to move forward in some capacity, right? We can have a look at that in more detail as we go. So in regards to the challenge that's crossing this situation, you have the High Priestess. So you're really being called upon to look deep within yourself for the answer. Trust in your intuition. Allow your inner knowing to guide you in this decision, right? And not allow rational thought to dominate your mind too much, because it may be the very thing that's keeping you locked between these two states, or these two opinions, two different conflicting ideas, right? So really tap into that inner knowing and intuition and allow that to guide you forward in this decision, because that's what's ultimately going to bring you towards a positive conclusion and towards happiness, okay? So in regards to your recent past, you have the Ace of Swords. So you made it very clear, either to the universe, to others, to yourself, or all of the above, what it is that you're seeking, what it is that your intention, where your intentions lie, what it is you're setting out to achieve, what it is that you're focused on, what it is that you care about truly, what it is that you want, right? You've made that very, very clear. You were very, very direct in this communication. That clarity of mind has come in. Something triggered it. We can look at maybe what that was, but something triggered this sense of clarity, this epiphany, this moment of just, I know what it is, I know what I need to do, I know what I want, right? Something came in that made you realize that. It could be literally just someone said something and it triggered it, right? It could be something really small. Someone made a passing comment about something and you're like, that's it. And they're like, what are you talking about, right? It could be something like that. But whatever it is, something happened, something triggered it, and you just knew, right? That inner knowing already came out. So that's why you're making the decision, right? because you've just had this epiphany, and now you're like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I'm going after. And I would say this is definitely in relation to a person, because you've got the Two of Cups in your near future. There is someone, I mean, this is so relevant to the reading I just did in regards to your love reading for the end of September, because obviously this is the energy of now, right? So have a look at the love reading if this applies to you so far, because this is tailing off that same thing, right? It's very much related to the love reading I just did, so check it out if this is resonating on some level so far. But this is in relation to a person for sure. This is a love interest. This is someone you've realized that you're in love with, or someone you've realized that you have a deep connection with. It may not even be in a romantic sense. It could be that you just feel like you're in tune with this person, and that you want to spend more time with them, and that you know, you really want to work on the friendship, even build a stronger bond with this person in a friendship sense. It doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. For some of you it will be, for sure, but for some of you it could be just that you want to, you know, you see this person as a true friend, and you want to strengthen that bond with them, right? You want to show, maybe they gave you some real support, or maybe they, you know, they just consistently show that they're there, right? So you want to do the same. You want to strengthen that bond in some way. It could even be a family member, to be honest with you, that you feel like you want to strengthen that bond with this family member who's always been supporting you, right? Because you feel like it's not where it could be. So take it however it resonates. For some of you it's going to be a relationship, some of you will be a friendship or a family member. Just a really strong bond that you're looking to strengthen even further. Okay. And then in regards to your emotions, you got the Devil card, right? So you do need to watch out for this energy, because often with this, it means that there's some negative thoughts, feelings associated with this, or negative behaviors, right? So it could be that there may be some confusion, because of the confusion you had, you may have done something or said something, or literally just pushed this person away, because you're afraid of what may happen as a result. Or it could be that because you had this feeling of not being sure whether or not you liked them, it was easier to create that distance and act like you didn't give a shit about them, than communicate how you truly felt. Because you just weren't sure, you wanted that clear in your mind before you could decide anything, right? So that's why I feel like, again, you want to strengthen this bond, because you may have created some distance, because you weren't sure how you saw them, or how you felt about them, or if they're sincere, or if your feelings about them are sincere. And again, that can apply on multiple levels: a love interest, a friendship, a family member. Take it however it resonates, okay? And then in regards to what is within your power to affect, you have the Mother of Wands. So that's the Queen of Wands. You have the ability to nurture this connection. It's within your grasp. You can do, there's things you can do. You can reach out to this person. You can show an interest in bridging this gap with this person, whether it's meeting up for a coffee, you know, going for a stroll somewhere and having a chat, whatever it is, you know, just showing that you really want to have this person in your life, and really make an effort to maybe rebuild what was weakened, or you know, just reach out and show that you want to cross this bridge and overcome the distance that you've created, right? So this is the thing, you need to show that nurturing and loving energy, right, that you wish to have with this person. You need to reach out to them, is what I'm feeling, okay, and show how you feel, and the fact that you want to strengthen this bond, right? So in regards to the position of the advice, you have the Ace of Cups in the upright. This is a new beginning. This is a powerful emotional connection, you know, completely renewed connection, you know. This is emotional fulfillment in new form. So this could be you end up completely revitalizing this connection. This bond becomes totally new in some way. So rather than just bridging the connection, it actually becomes a whole new connection. So for some of you, this is definitely a relationship. Maybe you were friends, maybe you were, there was someone that you knew of but you didn't know so well. Because I feel like you do know this person already. This is not a brand new person, but what you're entering with this person, or what you would like to enter with this person, is brand new. So it may be that there was someone that you knew of, but you didn't know that well. It could be someone you were friends with, but you didn't know that you liked in this way. Or it could be someone, just someone that you've crossed paths with and you would like to get to know better, right? And that maybe you communicated a little bit, but then you create this distance because you were unsure. So, but this is in the advice. So this is telling you to take that leap of faith, move forward. You know, there is a new beginning on the horizon if you have the courage to go after it, right? So that's very positive. That's really powerful. This is showing you, Gemini, that you can have a whole new connection, right? After you've gone through quite a lot, particularly if my previous Gemini readings resonate for any of you guys, you know, this is probably what you need right now. You need this newness. You need this loving, bonding energy, whether it's with, like I said, a family member or something romantic. It doesn't matter, or even your best friend. It doesn't matter in the context, just that you need this energy right now, right? And I feel like you're ready to also reciprocate that, okay? So take it how it resonates. And in regards to your fears, you have the Three of Swords, right? So, yeah, I think you're concerned that this person may be entangled with someone else already, if this is a relationship that you're wishing to enter. You may be afraid that there's someone else already on their plate, right? So they may be dating someone or in a relationship already, or they have their eye on someone else. And you're afraid to be caught up in a love triangle situation, I feel, because that's not what you're looking for, obviously. You want to be with this person, but you need to, like, in your mind, you need to be sure that their interest doesn't lie elsewhere, right? So I do understand, obviously, that's something that will concern you, but you don't know that unless you communicate with this person, right? It's the only way you can find out. In terms of your hopes, you have the Nine of Cups. So you're looking, you're looking for that emotional abundance, for the wheels to be turning in your favor, and for this newness and, you know, everything you ever hoped for in regards to an emotional connection really comes to light, right? That those things are brought to the surface and you can have this abundance with this person because you're ready for a new beginning. You're ready for this newness, and you want to know that you both feel the same way, that you both share that same love, right? The same kind of love, like I said, in whatever context it applies. But you're just wanting to give and receive, right? You want that balance. You want to give and receive, and you want to know that it's going to move in a positive direction, right? That's your hopes. That it's that the connection and the emotions behind it are strong, and that will come to the surface, right? So in regards to in regards to external factors, because I kind of pulled this out in a different order when I was putting them in my mind, when I was thinking about each card, I kind of switched the order around a little bit. I'm not sure why I did that, but obviously it was for a reason, so I'm just going with it. So in regards to the external factors, you have the Sun of Cups in reverse. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is kind of your vulnerability at this point. And maybe this person's picking up on it, and you're concerned that maybe this isn't going to lead to anything, or perhaps you're concerned that they don't have something to offer you in the first place, right? This could even be the person you're dealing with, that they haven't really seen anything from your side that made them feel like that you were offering something, right? Or it can be your fear that you will not receive this communication back, that they won't share the desire to have this connection with you, or to have this new connection with you. I feel like it kind of applies on both levels. So you're afraid of that, but you also, I think this person is not aware, and you're afraid to make them aware because of that, okay? And then in regards to the outcome, you've got the Chariot. So this is going forward, this is you taking action. Sometime in October, you're going to make a decision, you're going to move forward, and you're going to communicate how you feel with this person. This is also a Cancer card, right? So it could be that you're dealing with a Cancer or a Capricorn. I see quite a few cups here though, so this could be a Cancerian, or at least a water sign. But either way, you're moving forward towards this person. You're going to communicate how you feel, either way. And then that's where you're going to get your answer. That's where you're going to know exactly where you stand. But until you do that, how are you going to possibly know, right? So that's the thing. But either way, you are going to do that. You're going to pluck up the courage, and you're going to ask. You're going to communicate your true feelings with this person. Okay, so let's clarify then. So one of the things I want to clarify is this Ace of Swords, right? What it is that you communicated in the recent past, because you made something known, okay, to yourself and possibly the universe. Maybe you did try to manifest this connection, but something was said, and it gave you that epiphany, that realization of what it is that you think and feel about this person, right? So let's have a look. Okay, so the Eight of Wands. So it may have been some, where there was confusion, there became clarity, because something struck a chord in your mind. There was something that tapped into that feeling, that energy you have, that passion, and it made you realize and make sense of what that passion is. So the confusion surrounding that became very, very clear, you know, because maybe you felt different things for more than one person, because you have the Two of Swords here as well. So when you realized that, you had to make a decision, and you decided that the only way you can move forward is by acknowledging your true feelings on the subject and who you felt strongly for, right? It could be that you have to decide between two people even. And maybe that's where your fear of this third party situation comes in, because maybe you're afraid that if you communicate how you feel with this person, not only maybe they're dating someone else, but maybe you're still dealing with someone else. You may even still be in a relationship. That's possible. Or it could be that you've just come out of a relationship. But I think for some of you, you may even still be in a relationship, and you had to decide between two people. Interesting. Okay. So let's just clarify further this Devil card then, because I know obviously that's, that comes from that confusion and assuming the worst and being afraid of being honest with yourself about these things. So yeah, it may have been that you're kind of deceiving yourself, and if there was someone else involved, that you were kind of deceiving them as well about how you truly feel, because you're afraid to admit that you had feelings for someone else. Especially, again, this could apply to the love reading, okay, that I did, so do check that out, because I did see there that for some people there was another person, someone caught more than your eye. You felt feelings towards this person, and I'm seeing it here. So maybe you had that realization and you had to admit to the other person eventually, or you will have to admit, maybe you haven't yet, and this is where this moon card comes in, you know, the secret, right? But you're having to admit in the month of October that you are in love or have feelings for someone else. And that causes conflict. That causes a huge argument, right? But you know that that this situation you're in may not be the best option for you. That there are other routes to take, right? That there may be other paths to explore, and that's what energy you're kind of sitting in right now. But you may be deceiving yourself by not wanting to make a decision for some time and just been sat in that energy, and that's why this kind of had to come to light, and that's why it kind of was like a slap in the face for you. The universe was kind of like, come on now, you know, stop messing around. You need to wake up and admit this to yourself even, and then admit this to the other person. For those of you where it's not a relationship or anything of that sort, yeah, because I just got the Ace of Cups in reverse as well, so you had to admit to the other person that they are not your Ace of Cups, because this new person is. Interesting. But for those of you where it's not a romantic connection, you just probably had to overcome your own stubbornness, right? Because you didn't want to bond with this person, you didn't want to bridge this gap, you wanted to keep this distance, because it's easier to push people away than to draw them close to you, right? Out of fear of being hurt, or fear of being let down in some way, even though I feel like this person is consistently trying to be there for you. So you've had to admit to yourself that you're being stubborn, and that, you know, this is not actually what you want, that you want this connection with this person, that you want to, you know, start afresh and really show that you're sincere and you care, right? So take it however it resonates. But yeah, I just want to clarify this Two of Cups. Ooh. Page of Wands. So yeah, this is in your new future as well. So you really do want this connection with this person. Like it's a serious one as well, from what I can see. But you're taking kind of baby steps towards it, and I feel like yeah, that you're having to show that, you know, there is, I feel like for those of you where it is okay, for those of you where it is a romantic interest, you're going to try and approach this person, I feel, with this kind of player energy, that you're just in it for like the attraction, right? That you're just sexually attracted to them. That's what I feel with this. But that's not the truth, and that's where that Devil card comes in again as well, because that's not sincerity, that's you trying to play it cool, and that's not necessarily the best way to go, okay? So how should Gemini approach this situation? Because again, with the advice being the Ace of Cups, that's talking about a whole new beginning, you know, sincere emotional connection, right? Next level connection, not player energy, that's the real deal energy. So that's in your advice, so that's already something you need to take into account, especially with this, where this Page of Wands is concerned. You got the World card in reverse. So yeah, I mean, not allowing your fear to take over and to just kill the connection completely, but actually take the initiative and go after what it is that you want, okay? Nine of Swords, you're worried, you're terrified, and that's why you're trying to play it cool, but that's not the way. You have to be a little bit vulnerable. You have to communicate your true feelings. Okay, so let me just clarify this Three of Swords, because I feel like, as I said, with it being in your fears, that's something you're afraid of having as a circumstance. So Virgo energy, okay, so it could be a Virgo that you're dealing with, or a Virgo that you're leaving behind, or you could have Virgo in your chart and whoever, but either way, Hermit. So you feel like you have to go deep within to really make sense of the situation and where it is going and what the reality of it is. But while it's important to be sure of yourself and be sure what it is that you want, I think you already know what that is. But you're doing some soul searching as to what in the hell is actually going on here. You got the Three of Swords in reverse. So I think that this is you wanting to step into a new situation and trying to leave an old one behind, but you don't feel like you have the variables. You don't know, you don't have all the information. You don't know if the other person's in a relationship or not. And that's why you're trying to really do some research, I feel, with that Hermit. As much as you're trying to make sense of your own feelings and you're really going in before you express yourself, you're also doing some digging to find out, is this person available or not? Okay. And finally, I just want to clarify the Chariot. So, yeah. I think it's so funny how all these cards are mirroring each other, it's ridiculous. You had the Ace of Swords in your near future. This is your outcome. Clarifying the Chariot is the Ace of Swords in reverse. So you're not going to, I feel like you're not going to just sit there and discuss what it is that you want. I think you're actively going to go after this person. Just saying, with the Chariot and with this in reverse. I think you're not allowing your thoughts to overshadow your action at this point. I think you're just going to take the initiative and go after what it is that you want come by the end of the month. Yeah. Because you've already had this Tower moment. You've already had the realization that, wanting to stay in this, alone, stubborn energy is not what you actually want. You want to reconnect and build a whole new connection with this person so that you have a stronger friendship, a stronger relationship with this family member. If it's a love interest, then you already know that you're in love with this person, or you have strong feelings, a strong connection with this person, and you're having to let go of the past, right? The past trauma of past relationships, the hurt of a previous relationship you're leaving behind, the fear you're leaving behind, and you're just going after it, okay? So, Gemini, wow. I mean, this is a real change of events from everything that's been going on over the last few months with you, particularly, like I said, if the previous reads resonated with you. You are entering a whole new situation where you're going to have to kind of be a bit vulnerable and tell this person how you feel. You're going to have to tell them that you're in love with them, or you're going to have to tell them that you have feelings for them, that you want to be with them, or you're going to have to tell this family member or friend that you're sorry for pushing them away and that actually they mean a lot more to you than what they think, and that you really want to start afresh and really strengthen a new connection with this person because they mean that much to you. So either way, that's really beautiful. I mean, especially if you are trying to reconnect with a friend or a family member. I'm sure they'll love the chance to work on that with you and really create something long-lasting in that way. If it's a relationship, then, I mean, what you could be bringing to the table could be exactly what the other person wants. So you don't know until you communicate. I can't see where that's headed. I just know that from your side, you have to put yourself out there. So it'll be interesting to see in your next read where this goes. And see what advice I can give you there. But I wish you all the best with this situation, Gemini. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments if this resonated. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Subscribe again if you haven't already, as I said before. And I do wish you all the best. I know it's scary to put yourself out there, but sometimes you just got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be wondering, what if? Okay? So I'll speak to you again soon.